Hello guys, how are you? How are you? I hope you do not mind this block shirt. Yeah. They normally, these marketing guys, they normally recommend, oh, you need to create relationship with your customers, yeah, and these kind of things. But guys, I have no time to create some relationship with you. I mean, you need to hop on this. I mean, as soon as possible, because in 1 month there are Olympic Games, and China is going to introduce as a first country CBDCs. CBDCs. They are going to introduce central banks digital currency. CBDC. Central bank digital currency. Guys, but here is the breaking point. Yeah, you need to understand, and then I'm going to tell you something. I mean, some news. Yeah, guys. So I I mean, repetition is mother of all wisdom. Yeah, so that's why I'm showing you this drawing over and over again, guys. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of it. World Economic Forum, 100 trillions in 2011 meeting of top financiers and business guys, and yeah, in uh, in Switzerland. Then International Monetary Fund, yeah, over here, you know. Then Bank of International Settlements and central banks by itself, yeah. Central banks or CBDCs, guys. I mean, do you really want to have this inflation choice? I mean, don't you learn enough? I mean, during the past 240 years since French Revolution, 240 years, guys. Yeah, and I mean, do you know what happened during the French Revolution? And after 240 years, I mean, then some time came, and I mean, you are here, back again in the same structure, guys, past 200 years. Yeah, unbelievable, guys, unbelievable. So 200 2011 World Economic Forum, they said world needs 100 trillions. And what was the reality so far? They printed out, the central banks have printed out only 25 trillions. Guys, I thought it's 40 trillions, but it's not. Even in the 2016 was some, article from on the CNN Money from journalist Kotasova, about 9 trillions, that like banks are, keep printing out. Yeah. And yeah. But guys, it's 25 trillion so far. So guys, these governments are you know, are keeping you. I mean, in austerity. I mean, that's their medicine. That's the only one medicine. After these crises, governments loved pandemics. By the way, as wars. I mean, they created wars because they would rather create war than or pandemia than to give you probably some cash. So you need to go, not just messing around in the cities centers, but you need to go in front of the central banks, guys, and ask them first. In London, they need to free Julian Assange because he wants to get married. I mean, what kind of wedding is it going to be behind the bars, guys? And then, guys, you need to protest to, I mean, guys, you are just kept as a humanity, you are kept in the hostage because they are not printing enough money. You know, World Economic Forum in 2011, they said the world needs 100 trillions. And after a decade, only 25 trillions were printed out. I mean, they are creating pressure on you. So you can be, as that, you can be as a, as the name of that group, dog eat dog, or you can be, you can fight, for, I mean, you can fight for your place in the job market. Yeah, you can compete in the jobs. You are coming from the job, exhausted, as juiced lemon, and then you are nervous. Some of them are beating your partners or kids, guys, because of this frustration. I do understand, guys. Even me, I was beaten a few times with the duster with my mother. I couldn't figure out why when I was little. Now I know, guys. I did my homework. Guys. So you need to go in front of the central banks and do some protests, guys. And Janet Yellen said in Glasgow COP26 meeting that these bankers, they are she would like to, and that's just her proposal. She would like to print out, in the following 3 decades, she would like to print out 150 trillions of dollars. Yeah, guys. But she only wanted to do it, little by little. Yeah, just 3 trillions per year. 3 trillions per year, guys. 3 trillions per year for the whole world, guys. What's that? And I mean, during the 30 years, it's gonna be 150 trillions. Larry Fink from BlackRock was not happy with her proposal. I already said it in the previous video, because he's more like a fan of hydrocarbons. I'm quoting his speech from Glasgow. We are seeing more hydrocarbons moving away from public entities to private entities. If we are serious about this, we have to ask all of society to move forward, or we are lying to ourselves. We will not get to a net zero. Net zero by in 2050. I mean, regarding the pollutions. Check it out on the webpage, rightwirereport.com/2021, guys. And what else, I can say, today. You know what? Because I'm aware. I mean, I could say this is a spiritual awakening. I mean, this must be your spiritual awakening, guys, because we live in the gloomed and doomed world. Governments are here as servants of the inhabitants in the first place, because they are supporting the government. You are supporters of the government with your own taxes. However, in reality, it works the other way around. The government is normally administering, as doctors, their dominance about nation with their governance, COVID-19 restrictions, and the commands and regulations, how high will be taxes. Guys, they are those ones who are dictating what is gonna be your taxation. I mean, you can see it now in the US. They even IRS, they even, I mean, put taxations on the cryptos. I mean, in other parts of the Europe, I mean, this industry is not, I mean, taxed, guys. So, and when you know, and you know, guys, and that's the thing, you know, the governments like to create these bonds, because those bonds are, you know, under ownership of central banks. So then, you know, governments keep on, you know, owing to the central banks. And what is happening then? You know, the central banks are becoming, too influential, too rich, and they even go on shopping spree. They go even on shopping spree. I give you some examples. When I'm looking on this, I mean, Rikoch, I was watching some, you know, football videos, and I have seen Rikoch, you know, stock, you know, that company which used to produce the, I think they did those photocopy laser machines, yeah? Yeah, and Ricoh, you know, Ricoh, Ricoh, you know, the Japanese company. When I'm looking at the chart, I mean, it just going down, guys. It just heading down. It just heading down, guys. But that is the thing, you know. The Japanese chart did not recover since 1989 when it was on all-time high, you know, as a, for example, Nikkei, yeah, their index, guys. And so that's the first example. For example, Japanese central banks of Japan owns 80% of the stock market in Japan. And uh, for example, central bank, Swiss central bank, they've got in their ownership 80 billion of stocks from the US stock exchange, guys. I know, guys, this is the typical example, like a 50% of the stocks in US stock market is owned by foreigners, guys, because that is just a proof you need this new financial blood, these new veins of the economy, because you don't have the stock market sometimes in present in your countries, in Europe, in Asia, in Africa, in Australia. Actually, in Australia there is something, but they were more involved in properties, guys. You need these new veins of new blood, yeah, because you need to have some participation in this, you know, capitalism, guys, system, which is even here, which is even in Russia already. Even, you know, I have seen in one vlog, you know, they were on all-time highs when President Yeltsin was finishing his presidency in 1999, guys, because I mean, let's be honest, I mean, probably when he achieved this like 8% growth in the economy, which nobody have seen before. I mean, it ended up with more alcohol, and Putin must take over. Putin must, you know, took over. I mean, and yeah, I mean, that was probably a lot of celebrations at that time. And yeah, so guys, you need to hop on these new assets, guys. I mean, there's no question about it. No question about it. And when I'm looking, I mean, and these fat cats, for example, from Wall Street, I mean, what they do. I mean, 2 years ago, I have seen, I was looking, I was tidying, I mean, my wardrobe, and I came up to this floppy disk, guys, verbatim. Do you remember these floppy disks? Floppy disks from the 90s. From the 90s, they used to be, I mean, the part of the data, you know, I mean, storage of data in the 90s. And guys, so this verbatim company, I was looking for this company, and I found it, on the chart, guys. But now, I mean, what's happened now? According to the Financial Times, Tattoon buys Fintel's verbatim funds for 5.8 millions. I couldn't find verbatim because there was a merger, guys. So these fat cats are not investing in your pay rise. They are not investing in your pay rise, in your well-being, in the other things. Yeah, but what they do, I mean, they are buying other smaller companies, guys, and they are just, I mean, what they do. Is this the kind of progress? They should invest in the technologies. They should invest in the in more in science. But guys, they don't. They are buying, these old brands, like, for example, in the 90s, I almost, worked, I was there on trial, but those guys, seriously, guys, they were swinging their, butts off in the job. When I came there from the village, guys, I couldn't cope. I mean, they used to be an old brand, Steam and Coffee, restaurant with, coffee and, brunch during the lunchtime. And one some business guys, in this country where I'm from, they just bought this brand, and there used to be these, I mean, these restaurants were there, yeah, in the capital, guys. But now I'm looking, after 20 years, I mean, they are gone again. This is the problem. This catering and hotel industry and leisure, is hitting hard. They are getting hardest hit, by this crisis. It's just happening over and over and over again, guys. So go to this webpage, free 50,000 coins.com, and I mean, just hop on these new assets. There are 3 free coins which you can join, even, without any funds. So there's I mean, it's a no-brainer. But then there are even coins, the platforms which you can, guys, I mean, join via PayPal. So it's for those who are illiterate. I mean, who are not literate. I mean, it's hard to pronounce that, illiterate. Who are not literate, yeah, guys. And you can have these, guys, you can have these tokens. Last 2 days ago, I had only 33 tokens, yeah, guys. So, and another platform, they are even giving you guarantee that they are giving you your funds back, guys. So it's a no-brainer. And then, I mean, you can, I mean, go through these web pages, and through this web page, single web page, and see there is also something for gamers who wants to have a cryptos, and then they can play 3 games. And there are platforms to deposit, or another platform you can have even, a plastic card kind of, hybrid card, connecting fiat and crypto world, guys. So I am again finishing on the 19th minute. That's a kind of, I mean, miracle, guys. So stay tuned, stay positive, and deposit in the donation section so I can give you more tips. Bye for now.